Hello and welcome to a CK2 mod spotlight video. This is the Crusader Kings The Seven Kingdoms mod. This is a Song of Fire and Ice mod for CK2. It's a different one that's currently already in development. This one is done from scratch, and today I want to take a little bit of a look at it. First of all, I want to just give a bit minor heads up. I know very little about the lore. I've read the first book ages ago, and that's kind of where it stopped for me. I've watched the first season of Game of Thrones, but I'm definitely not outdated on all the lore and that kind of stuff. With that out of the way, just want to read quickly through it. This mod includes a start at the beginning of the Age of Petty Kings, dozens of new cultures, dozens of new unique kingdoms, the holy wars between those who follow the old gods and the Andal invaders, Twistifer, the Hammer of Justice, a highly detailed map of Westeros with over 1,000 provinces, dozens of new trains, four new train types, a new unique building system with dozens of types of buildings, unique buildings, a lot more. This is still in development and it's updated quite often. Forum page, mod DB page in the description. Links are in the description down below. There is even work done on 3D models. So I kind of want to quickly go through it. So I'm just gonna pick somebody and just go through this mod together. I haven't really taken a look at it, so you know, it's just as interesting for you as it is for me, I would guess. But it looked quite awesome, and if you guys really want to see me play this, just let me know. I might make a series on it, depending on how stable it is and that kind of stuff. So I'll, but at least I'm gonna take a little showing around. So with highly detailed map, they were not lying. So I'm gonna just open the console, just enable a few things so I could just switch around a little bit. Char info, is that one? Yeah, so I can just switch between several kingdoms though. So this is the map. Of course, this is still a work in progress, so some stuff still needs to be done, but this looks quite awesome already. I think it's quite well done. Highly detailed. I always like when a map's detailed, even though you spend 90% of the time looking in through this window, which kind of always saddens me. I wish that there was a way that you could, you know, like Hearts of Iron, that there's a more visual stuff here. Oh, they're actually using a new font. It's fairly large, actually. Interesting. So yeah, we've got now got the barrows, got Wolfswood, and then we got the wall. Let's see how they did it here. Okay, they just used a custom 3D model. Kind of glad, because in the other ones I've seen so far, they just kind of made a terrain thingy. And like I said, I know very little about this mod, but they were talking about new traits, so let's see if we can find any of them. A lot of custom art already has gone in here. That's kind of nice. The old gods. Let's just start a look, browsing through it. So we got current nations that exist are, let's see, some divided north here. Is there like no? Okay, so there are no frozen people. Frozen walkers. Anyway, we got the Night's Watch, which are currently led by Lord Commander John of the Night's Watch. I don't know, there's no family or relations there. All right, we've got the Dreadlands, Wolfswood, the Barrows, Winterfell, the White Knife. We've got the Neck here, which apparently is not connected. For some reason, I don't know why that is. This means there's not a connection here. Looks like the entire north is actually being cut off by this. Huh. Impassable terrain. Okay, there might be a reason for that. Like I said, this is still all a lot of work in progress. Anyway, we've got some nations here. We've got some islands here, like the Old Wick, Great Wick, Pike. Let's see, what else we got? The Fingers. Rivers and Hills, that sounds interesting. Trident, I like the names of a lot of it. The Reach we've got here, Oldstown. Of course, got a little bit here of the different island here, and this must be like this city-state system. Like I said, I know very little about it. All right, anyway, let's take a look at religions. We've got Rolor here, Trios, the Old Gods, the Seven, the Vulture, mostly the Seven, a lot of old gods as well, mostly. Let's look at the Holy Wars. And this is the Lady of the Waves. A lot of these island nations, that makes sense. The Drowning Gods, this must be the Iron Islands, if I remember correctly. Let's see what else we got. More old gods and the white ones. Makes sense. And beyond the wall old gods. So they believe in the white ones. Beyond an old gods heresy. Alright. Next up is culture. We've got hardened cavemen, clansmen, northmen, cranogmen, flint clansmen, the muddish, the crabman, bronzeman, Revenlanders, a lot of Goldman, Westerman, Dusklanders, Waterman, Stormlanders, Rainlanders, Rothman, Marches, Reachman, the Mandarish, Wainlanders, Stone Dornish, a lot of Dornish here, Salt Dornish, Sand Dornish. It's kind of subcultures, I guess. And then we got Lycene, Taroshi, Mermans, Pantoshi, Andals, and Bravosi, and we got some Lorathi. So if you don't recognize any of these, you know, like Ironborn here. So this is the Iron Islands. All right, awesome. And speaking of minor bugs and fixes and that kind of stuff, this is still in alpha development. This is constantly being updated. Now we got the duchies, kind of a lot of them. I'm not gonna go all of these. I just gotta go over the kingdoms real quick. Got here Lis, Mir, Pentos, Andalos. Quite a few of them. The neck, Runestone, the fingers, the Bay of Claws. Looks awesome. Anyway, Crackclaw Point. A lot of kingdoms at least. So North March. Let's take a look at empires. Got the Reach, got Dawn, got the Stormlands, the Dusklands, the Riverlands, the Westerlands. We got the Iron Islands. This is called the Vale. And the North. Under a single name, we've got, of course, Beyond the Wall as a singular empire. Let's see, dynasties. There's a lot of here. There's a lot of Smith here. Bolton, Clover, Greystock, Stark, Dustin, Flint, Reed, Mud, Gardener. There's a lot. Just, you know, quickly pause the video if you want to see something interesting. There's a little bit of Reddish dynasty here of Sunk Cavern. House of the Sunken Cavern. All right, interesting. And this is all also, I guess, all of the same dynasty here. No, this is actually all different dynasties. All right, that's interesting to see. We also got opinions, direct vassals, trade zones. Let's take a look at trade. Okay, there are no trade routes yet, I guess. Governments, most is feudal, got a little bit of freehold. Take a look at that later. Got some tribal here. Got the Night's Watch, which is a unique one, and Wildling tribal. So what's the difference between normal tribal and Wildling tribal? Let's see, can hold tribal castle, fort holdings without penalties. All right, can build temple tribal of fort holdings. Oh wait, they can hold forts? Can call Wildling tribal government. So it's basically a tribal government, which is slightly more, I think. This is regular tribal. No, that seems like the same. Yeah, but it's just specifically for them. I kind of like the flavor though. I don't know if there's any real difference there. And let's see, we got these freeholds. A little bit of feudal here, and well, let's take a look at freehold. This is feudal. Let's see, it is ruled by freeholding apparently. Freehold. Don't know what it does. Can move capital within the same line time every 600 months. Tribal government vassals are not included in the vassal limit calculation. The Empire of the Valerian Freehold. That sounds awesome though. Okay, awesome. So this is the Empire of Valeria, where I guess the Valerian swords came from. Defensive pacts and epidemics. Okay, going on. So let's take a quick browse through my character list if there's any. Because we're talking about a lot of new custom traits. I don't know if they're in yet. But, oh, well, there's one. Ambidextrous. This character can use both hands for any task. Well, that's at least one of them. And they've got custom icons. Very nice. Though I think a heart isn't really what reminds me of ambidextrous, I'll be honest. But like I said, this is a very early alpha development. We've got another one here. Poor hygiene. Okay. So they're quite easily recognizable. We've got these hearts, you know, with them. Let's see. Let's just, okay, that's a new one. Dishonorable. That looks like something dishonorable. Can I get that a little bit larger? Can't really recognize what it is. It's like a bloody sword, I guess. Slightly too small to really make out what it is. Anyway, some nice custom traits here. Sociopath. Incredibly charismatic. This character feels little emotion, has little concern for anyone but themselves. They tend to garner support from far and wide and manipulate people with ease. However, those close to them quickly learn that they are not what they seem. Let's see. Intrigue, diplomacy, personal combat, morale damage, less attraction. Their dynasty wouldn't like you. Vassal opinion, liege opinion. So people that get close to you, like your family, recognize that you're an asshole. But other people just think you're a very charismatic person. You don't like people with the same trait or with the opposite trait, and an ambition. When you're ambitious, you kind of like them. Irrational. This character has trouble making decisions. All right, that makes sense. It's interesting to see these new traits. Irrational. Kind of gonna hover over anything that might be different. Honorable. This character is an honorable individual, upholds the respect of customs regardless of how they may feel. Okay, makes sense. Dishonorable. Left-handed. This character is left-hand dominant. Okay, that's interesting. So they kind of have this left-handed system in place. Martial +1. General opinion is down though. Personal combat skills higher. That's kind of strange. You know, I might get this why left-handed people would have a combat advantage, because they are everybody trains against a right-handed opponent, but left-handed people always train against a right-handed opponent. So when you fight somebody who's left-handed, because I used to do kickboxing. Myself, an ambidextrous person. But I always get mildly confused at the start when you were training or fighting with somebody who's left-handed, because their stance is mirrored from yours. Which is really confusing, because you're kind of used to, if you do a certain swing or a punch in a certain place, that some certain contacts are being made. That doesn't work that out, because when I just punch, normally the lever is pulled backwards, because you put your left shoulder forwards. But for them, it's the opposite way around. So when you try to make a punch with a lever, you just don't connect where you expect to. Anyway, this is really confusing. I kind of get why they have a martial advantage, because these guys are used to fighting against right-handed people. But right-handed people are not used to fighting against left-handed people. Let's see, we've got tall. This character is taller than an average human. So it's like the opposite of a dwarf. Let's see, anything new here? Honorable, more left-handed. There's a lot of traits in here that are actually really interesting. Let's see, we've got a socialized. Oh, wait, this is new. A skilled duelist. Awesome. And a rose guard. Member of the elite guard of the Reach. Awesome. So, House Uffering, the dynasty of this character. Okay, that's just... Lord Commander Olas of the Rose Guard. You are a master duelist. Oh, that's... awesome. Really, that actually is awesome. We are just a gardener. We are also called gardeners, so that makes kind of sense. But that's awesome. So there's a custom house here which can be inherited. Miss Marshall, monthly prestige and liege opinion. Nice. And duelist. That's actually interesting. So let's go back. So the master duelist, monthly prestige. Let's compare this real quick. So it's 0.1 prestige per rank, I guess. Martial 1 rank, and there's some personal combat skill in there eventually. Alright, that's really awesome. Let's see what else we got. This guy's short. This man is shorter than the average human. I don't know if dwarfism then still exists. Might be that, you know, still there's dwarving and short. Huge. Oh my god, this character has formidable presence. A lot of martial, less intrigue and diplomacy. You know, people that are freakishly tall, you know, I can actually understand that they kind of are threatening, you know. So diplomacy is a good line. Intrigue, of course, you know, sneaking when you're 2 meters in length is difficult. But I get the personal combat skill because you just have a height advantage. It's a lot of weight that you can put in there. Oh, wow, bleeding heart. This character is so kind and compassionate and treats all those around them with compassion. Those close to them have come to love them, and those from far have much respect for them. So this is just a very positive. Just so people that are cruel, I guess, wouldn't really go along with these people, which, you know, makes sense, and they don't like cruel people. Let's see, honorable. A lot of traits so far. So yeah, this is there's a lot of depth, I think, already in here. I haven't, like I said, I haven't played anything with it yet. This is the first time for me opening it as well. But if you guys want to see me play this, just let me know in the comments down below, and I might start a short series. I don't know how stable it is or anything along those lines. If you've got a preference also for what I should play, like which region, let me know as well. I think we've seen a lot of what is in my empire. So let's just quickly switch some dudes, because I want to check if, like do you have a Valerian swords or anything along those lines? Treasury. Yep, they do. Awesome. The Flame of Valeria. Jesus, that took a lot. Heavy foot troops. Awesome. Okay, so today we're talking about a custom building system, so let's just take a look at that. Okay, so we've got an administrative court. This basically increases my garrison size and my local tax modifier. Primitive stone and timber wall. Alright, stone wall 5. Sparse dirt roads, beaten paths. Okay, this makes sense. A lot of small outlying hamlet. Some levy size, some tax. Income, but local tax modifier. Because it's a lot more difficult to actually gather that tax if you got more people. The tax will get pilots at curtain wall. There's a type of wall and frequent foot patrols. Oh, this is interesting. This is really interesting, actually. So you can build, sort of, basically pay for a monthly foot patrol, which gives you some pikemen, garrison size of fort level, and a local tax modifier, because people pay a little bit more, but it costs a little bit of raw tax. Also, it lowers your levy, but people feel more safe, so your revolt risk goes down. Shallow ditch, okay, primitive watchtower, tiny infantry barracks. This is just regular buildings. The blacksmith makes sense that if you have a blacksmith, that your equipment will be a little bit better, so you get a bonus for attack and defense. You got a tiny dock. Primitive local recruitment post. Makes sense, so you pay a little bit more, but you get a little bit more infantry and archers, and it comes with reinforcement trade. Trivial sustenance farming. Okay, some food, trivial smallhold vineyards. Okay, that's really interesting. So, and this is of course high garden, because this is the description of the castle. This is a unique one. So that actually is really interesting. Now, I want to take a small little look at tribal nation. So we had some tribes here. I probably cannot check remote. Oh wait, I can. This is still a fort. So can tribes not build? The Night Watch also had a unique one. It's just a trivial sustenance farming dock. Wait, why could I make gardens there? Is that because I'm a gardener? Because the region? Is it because I'm near water? Is that the reason? No, vineyards, they are present here. What is the requirement for a vineyard? Okay, let's go. Is that the terrain? Oh, they were talking about that they had custom terrains. Like got plains, hills. No, I don't know. Desert, that's common. Mountains, I've seen that before. I don't know if they added more terrain or just replaced how terrain works. These are just different plains. Farmlands, I think that's new. I don't know. I have to be brutally honest, I rarely ever look at terrain, but I would guess that there's some terrain differences up here. Now this is just all hills. Nothing really spectacular. It's like islanding maybe. Nah, still considered a place. Anyway, I want to take a quick little look. So, wildling barracks, that's what these guys have, as this is the only thing that they do. Alright, so tax income, levy infantry, archers. These are fairly barren building options that you have. Okay. Okay, okay. Really interesting. This is really intriguing. Tiny knights. Sorry. The quarters are tiny. I would probably name this differently. Instead of tiny infantry barracks tiny. Because this kind of suggests to me that these knights are very tiny. So like that is, I don't know, like 30 centimeters in height, knights running around. Look at me. Anyway, it's my brain at work. Right, let's see if there's some intrigue. So worship the ancestors. That's not. I think it's based on the Tengri. Like I said, I've read the answers and asked aid regarding important matters relating to prosperity. It's going to be done every 10th year. All right. I think, look at the icon. This is based on the Tengri system. Nothing really special here. Now I want to take a look at some more, like, let's see. These guys are old gods, right? Yeah. All right. I'm going to... Let's see. There's somebody in the 7, which is a large kingdom. Winterfell is ruled as old gods. Let's just take a look at the religious map here. It's all old gods, old gods, old gods. What's the biggest kingdom that's praised to the 7? That would be like Windwater here, I guess, or the Stormlands. Let's see, who rules the Stormlands? You. So... ID... what is it again? I can't remember all commands off the top of my head. There we go. Let's see, got any interesting new things? Hold a ground tournament... Buy indulgence for my sins. Oh, let's actually take a look at... Oh, they have societies. The Cold Ones, which is a heretical society, and the Hermit Society. Hermetics believe that there is deeply hidden secrets about this world that only the worthy can uncover. As a member of the Hermetics, they will seek the truth in the stars' planets. These are more like scientists. And the Cold Ones believe that certain people are born with witch's blood and that their blessing is to be able to turn to Chernobog, I think there's an R there, the Black God, to gain power and wealth. They're frowned upon by traditional believers who would rather call them cursed, as they are rumored to sacrifice humans and commit heinous acts in order to achieve their goals. Alright, let's go to the old ones. Let's go back to the guy that I just was. Let's see, your play. Oh, come on. Learn to type. 1216. Alright. Let's take a look at the societies. We've got the same societies, even though I'm the... Wait, did I do that wrong? They're the old ones. So there's the same societies. Okay, so they're kind of different from religion here, I hesitate to take a guess. Are they also considered the same people that rule these societies? That would be interesting. So we don't know who rules this. Barrow King William of the Barrows. You're an old one's god, but I think that's the same that we had for you. So I think, yeah, societies are kind of not within the religious realm. That's kind of awesome. So play, and then let's see, 3602. If I put a space in there, that would probably help. There we go. Let's see, societies. Same one, so they're just two societies that exist for every religion, right? Okay, so we have Valerian. Oh, which gives you martial, intrigue, and diplomacy. Oh, religion gives you a bonus here. Intrigue, diplomacy, and old ones gives you nothing. Gives you moral authority. No, I don't think that works. Okay, so... Okay. Anyway, intrigue. Is there anything interesting here? Different. Well, gonna go on a tiger hunt, but that's not really what I was looking for. So that's actually kind of awesome. Valerian men can have 3 wives unless they're allowed to have concubines, and Valerian men can take up to 2 concubines. There is and exists no religious head. All right, the Dragon Viceroy, Dragon Rider, and from the Treasury. Okay, I think I've touched upon most of it. Just need to take a look. Where's my capital? Normally it shows you one big ass fucking button, but it doesn't here. Okay, so I guess these islands are my little capital. There's nothing really new here, no. Alright, anyway, I think I've shown you most of what is in there for now. Looks really interesting. Beautifully made map. I think there's some interesting events that might be able to pop up, I don't know. So if you want me to play this, let me know in the comments down below. Link to the forum page and the Paradox forums and the mod database page is in the description down below. With that, I want to thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time. Bye bye.